Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Iesha Nyree TV, where we're talking about creative entrepreneurism and living in our creative lives. I am Iesha Nyree, as always, so thank you all for joining me today. And like as usual, if you like what you hear and you want access to other videos, other content, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Sharing is caring, you guys. Sharing is caring. So let's get this information out there, and you can help other creative entrepreneurs just like yourself, and subscribe to get the latest information. You can always find me on my other platforms for different information. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and on my webpage, IeshaNyree.com. So please come join us and make sure you leave a comment. Tell me what your thoughts are and what content that you would like to see. All right. Today's topic in our daily upload is about the people you surround yourself with. So, recently I just got involved with a lovely gentleman, and it had me thinking on all sorts of things and topics. Over my life, I meet a lot of people. You guys, I talk for a living. There's a reason why I talk for a living. And I'm an actor, so I'm pretty personable. And I love people. I love connecting with people. I just love it. I love it so much. Even when I'm tired, I'm an extrovert. So I'm like, I get jazzed up being around people. But when you spend time with people, there is an energy exchange of some sort. How deep or how strong depending on the type of interaction, but there is always an energy exchange. So keeping that in mind, who you are choosing to spend your most time with will affect your energy and will affect your mindset in the long run. Now, let me clarify something very important. Ultimately, you are still responsible for your mindset, okay? So let's just start there. Ultimately, you are still responsible. This is not giving up your responsibility. This is not negating anything, but it's kind of like swimming upstream. Yes, you are responsible, but if you are surrounding yourself with people and energy that is going to continue to drag you down, you're going to have to work a lot harder to shift your mindset and to keep moving forward. Ultimately, if your mindset work is on point to manifest what you need to manifest, you're going to start finding that those folks will start to fall back naturally. But if you have a choice and you're choosing to be with them, you're adding to your bulk. So something to consider. And that includes your romantic relationships too. It was, I want to make sure Warren Buffett, and I believe it was Sheryl Sandberg, said this, that the gist of it is the most important money decision that you make is who you choose for a spouse. If you were choosing a spouse or a long-term relationship. Think about that. The most important money decision. And I believe that to be true. A lot of us, as we get older, go through divorce, go through very big breakups. You've had moments in your life, I know I have, so I'm sure you have as well, where your romantic partner, through them being there on a day-to-day basis, sharing a home with them, sharing time with them, influences your creativity and influences how you look at the world and how you're able to manifest things. So if you are choosing a partner that is not going to be supportive of what you do, that's going to affect your ability to manifest what you want. That's going to really, over time, move your mindset from one way or another. Is it able to move it back? Absolutely. Are you able to do things even without your partner's encouragement? Yes, these are things that are true. You can do it. Just know it's going to be harder because now you're dealing with a different energy and you're dealing with a different focus. Because there's a reason why you choose a partner that doesn't jive with you, or if you're choosing a partner that is going to be constantly discouraging you. You're choosing that partner, so now you have to get into it, like, well, why? Why am I choosing someone that is purposely going to pull me down? Which is another, once again, now it's an inside job and figuring out what's going on with me. So this is for folks that haven't chosen yet. You haven't chosen. If you've already chosen, that is a different set of issues that you need to resolve. Counseling, talk therapy, there's all sorts of resources for that. So this is mostly for those that are not quite in the choosing phase, or dating or getting to know people. And I can say I've had plenty of relationships where before I got into mindset work, I didn't understand what was happening. And I learned that lesson in various ways, financially, emotionally, physically even. And then having to work through all of that on all different energetic levels. But also people that I've dated, trying to find the right partner, trying to understand what I'm looking for. And that's been interesting to see. Parts of it have been difficult, but only because I was making it difficult. Because now looking, I can say, but it was never difficult. It was whatever lesson I needed to learn at the time. Because until I got to a point where I was comfortable saying, this is who I am a creative person. I want to do this for forever. I want to encourage other people. I can keep hiding from it. I can keep off-putting it. I can do all these other things. But until I really accepted and say, this is what I want to do, this is the life I want for myself, that's when I was able to really set up a different goal, like set some different goalposts and set up some different boundaries about what I was looking for. And that has made a world of difference. The other fun thing is, it's partially because I'm very independent. And I'm like, well, yes, ultimately it's a one-person job, which is true. But the difference with having someone in your corner, a partner that is not just tolerating, but is actively encouraging, supporting, cheerleading, high-fiving you, all those things that you would do for someone else, for like your closest friend, having someone in your corner doing that for you makes a world of difference. It really feels a lot different. And I didn't know because I had never had it before. I wanted it though. So here's the fun thing. As I was manifesting, as I was thinking through what do I want from a partner, and the reality is I had never experienced what I wanted from a partner in my life. I'd never actually really experienced it, but I knew in my heart I wanted it. I would see it other places. I would hear about couples that were together. I would see successful couples. I would get deep down to say, well, what would enrich me? What would make me feel loved and cherished? And I focused on those things and wrote them down. And there was some pushback I did for myself in saying, well, I've never had it, so how do I know what it feels like? Because usually in mindset work, you're focusing on how you feel about things, like how something would feel. And you focus on the aftermath. But in this particular case, I'm like, I've never had it, so I don't know how it would feel. And that was a different set of challenges. So what I had to do was, once again, go back through times in my life where I did feel cherished or I did feel successful, and focus on that. So even though I had never said I'd never felt what it was like to feel cherished per se, let's use that. Even though I didn't know what that felt like, I knew that I wanted a partner to support this end result. So I would focus on the end result. And the end result is I want a life where I am being a creative person. I want a life where I am acting and coaching and doing voiceover work and spending time with my children and spending time with my family and making a difference and enriching the world and really adding value and influencing other people. That's what I wanted. Like I wanted that end goal. So I would focus on, wow, what would that end goal feel like? And what would that feel like? And just sit in those feelings of imagination and letting that run wild. The more I did that, the more I was calling on the universe is, hey, deliver to me the people, the person, the tribe, deliver to me those that will help support that vision. So even if you might say, I've never felt that level of deep, authentic love, but you want it and you know it's true and you know it's out there. First, believe it's out there, know it's out there. Second, focus on your vision. Focus on the whole life picture. Keep focusing on that and keep trusting that it's on the way. And then bit by bit, you're going to start meeting people along the way, and sometimes you'll get a glimpse. And when I would meet someone new, I would look at it and say, okay, this is good, this is good. But it's not quite living up to my vision. But then I had the opportunity to take the parts that were and feel what they felt like. And say, okay, yeah, this part feels good. That part, I'm going to set my boundaries and say, nope, that's a no-go. There is a gentleman who is very, very sweet, but then decided, like, I really don't want a partner. I just want to hang out and just kind of drift around. I said, that's not going to support my long-term vision. So we had to cut that off. Because the reality is that doesn't support the long-term vision of what I'm trying to build. But there were other wonderful things about that relationship. So I took those to heart and felt those fully and said, I liked that. That felt great. I know it's not the long-term partner, but now I learned a little bit more. So you'll keep getting lessons, you'll keep getting offers until you land on, yes, okay, that's what I was looking for. So do not despair if you haven't found them yet. And also the same for your tribe. This goes for not just romantic partnerships, but your tribe, your friends, your group of people. Keep focusing on your vision and the end result that you want to live in. And slowly but surely, you're going to come across people and you're going to kind of assess each one and check in with yourself and see how you're feeling about it and see what's going down and looking at their ideas of success and looking at where their upward trajectory is. And you might start seeing people that you were really close to start to fall back as you move up towards your vision. And it's all okay. It's all okay. You don't need to buckle in and insist that anyone stays. You don't need to beat yourself up over it. And you don't even need to fight about it. I know very successful people that even though we are successful in different corners and we encourage each other, but for some reason the energy wasn't working quite right, and then it would turn into kind of a codependent, toxic situation. It's okay to say, you know what, I'm gonna wish you well from afar, but keep going. That doesn't mean you stop. It doesn't mean you blame them. It doesn't mean you hate on them. It doesn't even be that they'll never come back, because sometimes people need to go separately to deal with it, and then they can always come back. The bottom line is, let it flow and accept that relationships are going to do what they're going to do, but that doesn't mean that you stop. And you're still ultimately responsible for what you manifest, but you're going to make it a lot easier for yourself if you surround yourself with the right people to support that vision. So focus on the vision and how good it's going to feel and how wonderful, and think of the details and try these details on for a second. Even if you don't know all the details, just imagine what you think it would be like and what would support that. And slowly but surely those pieces will come together to support that vision. And that's when it starts getting really interesting. So yeah, so far so good with this one. So, well, there'll be more updates to come as time goes on. But I thought it was really important because you do see a difference. So, just keep that in mind as you're manifesting, that the people that you're surrounding yourself with are a big, big part of that. Okay? So, that is it for today. I hope that helped. If you have any questions and comments, please leave me a comment and I will respond back. If you want to see more, remember, like, subscribe, share. That's how I know the content is working for you, and making sure that my daily videos are what you are wanting to see. So until tomorrow, have a great night and keep creating. Bye.